Hi, my name is Tom Waldron from the Franklin Method, and today we're going to look at how we can improve shoulder function. So one of the muscles we're going to address today at the shoulder girdle is the subclavius muscle. So the subclavius is a really small muscle, usually not often addressed when we generally look at the shoulder girdle, but this can be a muscle, if hypertonic, if too tight, can contribute to excessive shoulder protraction. So it's not that we want to demonize, shoulder protraction. It's just a movement like any other movement. However, if someone is stuck in this position, this can potentially lead to issues with general function, but also issues specific to the shoulder girdle as well. So the subclavius, to get that sense of where that muscle is, this is the clavicle, this is the scapula, and this is the humerus. So basically the subclavius is situated between the bottom here of the clavicle and then also the top of the first rib. So it literally is in between that space between the bottom of your clavicle, the belly of your clavicle, and also the top of your first rib. So to get a sense of where that muscle is on your body and how you can help improve the function of that muscle, we need to know where the clavicle is first. So let's take our left hand and just broadly palpate the clavicle. We're going to do the right clavicle first. So you have two ends of your clavicle. You have the proximal end, which is closer to the sternum, and then you have the distal end closer to the acromion. So just get a sense of where your clavicle is. And remember, the subclavius is underneath the clavicle. So to really get a sense of how to palpate and release that muscle, let's bring the shoulder girdle forward. So we're going into what's called protraction. Once you've moved into protraction, we're going to stay there, and then with two of your fingers, I'm going to use my index finger and my middle finger, see if you can massage underneath the clavicle. So you're massaging between the first rib and the bottom of the clavicle. And just be gentle with yourself. This area for many people can feel quite tender. So make sure that you're not going too intense too early. So when we protract the shoulder girdle, that's when the subclavius shortens. When we retract the shoulder girdle, that's when the subclavius lengthens. So let's try this. Let's move the shoulder girdle forward and back. So you're going into protraction and retraction. And can you imagine this small muscle between the clavicle and the first rib shortening and lengthening as we move the shoulder girdle forward and back? Just gently massaging here too. So you're having that sense, so I'm moving my shoulder, I'm allowing that muscle to lengthen and shorten. All muscles require lengthening and shortening on a daily basis to be healthy. And we're definitely up-regulating some sensory feedback to that muscle with imagery and with some self-touch. So let's just do that a few more times. I'm especially focusing on the lengthening phase, the eccentric phase of the movement for the subclavius, just to get that sense of allowing my shoulder to also go back. So last one from here. Just finish with a little bit of a tap around the pec and shoulder and arm, and then just notice how you feel. So notice posture, notice just general sense of your two shoulders, and I can definitely say that my right shoulder feels much more open and definitely much more dropped as well. Let's all just do a direct comparison, taking both arms overhead, and just notice if the right arm is moving with any more ease and flexibility compared to the left arm. You can even try taking hands on shoulders and noticing, or even taking the arms back and noticing your flexibility there. So definitely more mobile, definitely improved our function a little bit in the right shoulder. Let's go to the left side. So first bit is find that left clavicle. Once you found the clavicle, protract the shoulder girdle, and then just start to massage underneath the clavicle. So we're massaging underneath the clavicle between the first rib. You can also even imagine that you're increasing or up-regulating hydration at the muscle here. So as well as a little bit of, sensory input, we're also reducing things like viscosity. So let's massage here And then let's just start to move forward and back. So can you have that sense that as the shoulder slides back across the thorax, that the subclavius is able to lengthen? And then as the scapula and clavicle move more forward, the subclavius is able to shorten. And then I'm just massaging at different points underneath the clavicle, imagining the muscle lengthening and shortening, really healthy reddish muscle with its surrounding fascia as well. So we're going to do that a few more times. Last time. And then just a little bit of a tap around the front. Let's just shake both arms out a little bit. And then just stand and notice your posture. And definitely for me, it feels like I'm more naturally in a more opened position, which we know is really great to have the option to be here as well. So noticing posture, noticing shoulder alignment, noticing arm flexibility, shoulder flexibility. And the great thing about improving function in an organic and natural way is it feels easy. We don't have to like pretend or force things. This definitely feels a lot more natural. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Happy Friday to all of you. And we've got plenty of workshops coming up soon with the Franklin method. We've also got some great online trainings with Eric Franklin and the faculty. That will be down below in the content, and I hope to see you there, and have a great weekend. Bye.